The collapse of a clear sense of what manhood and womanhood is affects many social ills today for which we are paying very dearly.
The differences between men and women have been so mitigated. There's been such a concerted effort to minimize the differences between the sexes that honestly, women have lost their feminine bearings.
I find that so many Christian women today are disoriented. They're confused. They're dysfunctional in many cases as a result of buying into the culture. This culture promises fulfillment and freedom to those who embrace its philosophy. But millions of women have found themselves disillusioned, wounded, and living unfulfilled lives.
Have you ever wondered, what does it mean to be a woman of God? How can you be a true woman in our culture? What would happen if all women returned to God's purpose for their lives? Now is the time for all women to embrace God's design for their lives. Women who are young, old, and in between. Those who are single or married, students, career women, and stay-at-home moms. Those who are daughters, mothers, and grandmothers. Thousands of women are coming together for a weekend of inspiration, prayer, and revival during the True Woman 08 National Women's Conference.
When women come together, it is a chance to learn and bond together as friends. Women thrive on friendships. Coming together creates a kind of checks and balances. It's a way to release emotion and find guidance and advice of the Titus chapter 2 sort, where older women are to, quote, teach what is good to the younger. And I think this conference is just that. It is a Titus chapter 2 opportunity to teach women what is good and what is glorifying to our wonderful God.
I'm so excited about this opportunity to extend an invitation to women to be a part of what God is doing in the hearts and lives of thousands of women all across this country who are saying, you know what? We don't want to fit into the mold of this world. We want to be God's women, God's true women in this generation.
During the conference, you'll hear from Pastor John Piper, Johnny Erickson Tata, Nancy Lee DeMoss, Janet Parshall, and others who share a deep love for Christ and His Word. Modern-day hymn writers Keith and Kristen Getty will lead in times of worship to the Lord.
God is looking for a woman, any woman, who will take hold of Daniel chapter 11, verse 32, where it says, the people who know their God will display strength and take action.
Now is the time for true women to discover and embrace God's created design and mission for their lives, to reflect the beauty and heart of Christ to our world, to be intentional about passing the baton of truth on to the next generation, and to pray earnestly for an outpouring of God's Spirit in our families, our churches, our nation, and in our world.